Every morning as you open your eyes, your conscious mind activates, your senses engage with the external world, and your perception solidifies into what you call reality. Yet in this precise moment of awakening, something profound remains hidden from view, the quantum field of infinite possibilities that exists beyond your sensory filters. The solid, fixed reality you've been conditioned to accept is perhaps the greatest illusion ever perpetuated through human consciousness. Ancient wisdom preserved in quantum understanding and rediscovered through cutting-edge physics explains why you occasionally experience moments of profound synchronicity, inexplicable knowing, or the strange sensation that you've shifted into a slightly different version of your life. This revelation is simultaneously liberating and destabilizing. As your conscious mind focuses on the material world, your quantum consciousness continues to interact with fields of potential that actively reshape your existence, whether you're aware of it or not. Various traditions have called this interaction the observer effect, while others name it conscious creation. However, manuscripts hidden from mainstream understanding reveal its true designation: quantum jumping. For every human consciousness must eventually recognize this ability. Most people navigate these quantum realities blindly, not due to lack of access to these hidden dimensions, but because the markers of these experiences have been systematically dismissed as coincidence, imagination, or delusion. These markers exist within your field of awareness right now, waiting to be recognized as the signposts of your quantum nature. If you've ever sensed that something far more significant unfolds beneath the surface of ordinary reality, that's your quantum self reaching through the veils of perception. In the coming moments, I'll provide you with the frequency map. You'll discover precisely where the boundaries of your current reality begin and end, and how to consciously move beyond them to experience realities that align with your deepest intentions. You may open your eyes each morning, perceive the physical world, interact with seemingly solid objects, and follow the linear progression of time, but one aspect of you exists beyond these limitations: your quantum consciousness. The fundamental misconception we've been conditioned to accept is viewing reality as something external, fixed, and independent of our awareness. Yet if this were the complete truth, how would we account for the placebo effect, spontaneous remissions, or the measurable impact of intention on physical systems? We've been programmed to believe we are merely observers of an objective world. Society convinced us that we are separate from the universe we observe. But the forbidden knowledge, the one few have courage to examine, exposes a reality-shattering truth. Consciousness doesn't simply perceive reality, it creates it. While your five senses gather information from a seemingly external world, your consciousness is simultaneously projecting reality through the quantum field. Some traditions refer to this field as the matrix of all possibilities, others as the holographic universe. The terminology matters less than the fundamental recognition that each moment you are more powerful than you've been led to believe. This principle is both simple and revolutionary. Consciousness doesn't merely observe reality, it selects it from infinite possibilities. Your material experience functions like a feedback system. Your quantum self, however, operates like a reality sculptor that cannot be constrained. It persists in creating, selecting, and manifesting experience. You may have already experienced this phenomenon without recognizing it. That strange feeling when you think of someone moments before they call, or when a solution appears in your awareness after you've stopped consciously seeking it, or when you enter a flow state where time seems to bend around your experience. An ancient mystical understanding declares, what you observe, you become. You might have never considered reality from this perspective, but the truth remains that the moment you close the doors of perception and surrender old paradigms, something within you activates a profound creative process. Entering quantum consciousness literally means releasing the illusion of control. You abandon limited perception. You release the conditioned mind. You let go of your historical identity. Your awareness expands automatically. Your perspective shifts fundamentally, but your conscious connection to infinite potential remains unbroken. Within this connection, something remarkable occurs. The identical process that happens during profound mystical experiences begins manifesting on a personal scale. Ancient spiritual teachings and modern physics explain that when we die to our limited self-concept, our consciousness expands beyond the physical form to recognize its eternal nature. During quantum jumping, this expansion is rehearsed. The distinction lies in maintaining awareness throughout the process rather than becoming lost in it. An invisible thread recognized across many traditions as the silver cord preserves this connection. This cord resembles an energetic tether linking your material experience to your quantum essence. While it stays intact, you can explore and return. When it fully integrates during actual awakening, the journey becomes permanent. Numerous wisdom traditions viewed meditation as preparation for conscious reality creation. They understood that individuals who master the quantum nature of consciousness approach life with intention, understanding, and clarity. This explains why countless spiritual practices emphasized premeditation rituals, not merely to quiet the thinking mind, but to direct the creating consciousness, reminding it of its mission even during states of expansion. Perhaps now you grasp something profound. Our inability to consistently manifest desired realities doesn't negate our creative power. It simply indicates that the chasm between our conscious and superconscious awareness remains an unconquered territory for most of us. However, bridging this gap is not only possible but is our evolutionary birthright. Understanding that consciousness creates reality represents the initial step toward living with greater intentionality. Those who comprehend the delicacy and magnificence of this quantum dance begin treasuring every synchronicity, every intuitive flash, every manifestation as pieces of feedback from a universe that responds to conscious observation. Among the lost insights regarding quantum consciousness exists an ancient understanding that few recognize, one capable of dramatically enhancing your capacity to manifest and navigate multiple reality streams, coherent emotional states. In historical wisdom traditions, including Egyptian mystery schools, Hermetic traditions, and Eastern meditative practices, human awareness naturally operated from heart-brain coherence. People would enter specific brainwave states through rhythmic breathing, coherent emotional activation, or specialized movement practices, then maintain this coherent state during their creative visualization. This coherence wasn't viewed as extraordinary. It was frequently regarded as the natural state of the awakened human. Why does this matter for those seeking to access quantum consciousness? Because the coherent state between heart and brain represents one of the most powerful zones for reality selection, conscious manifestation, and spiritual expansion. When you naturally activate heart-brain coherence, your entire biofield shifts into a frequency that allows quantum possibilities to coalesce into physical reality more rapidly. The coherent field around your heart generates an electromagnetic signature 5,000 times stronger than the one produced by your brain. At this junction between thought and feeling, intention and emotion, the boundary separating potential from manifestation grows thinner. You haven't simply visualized a different reality. You've become the energetic equivalent of what you wish to experience. You're positioned within a creative doorway. Seasoned practitioners of quantum jumping understand that moments of coherence, particularly during intensified emotional states, are perfect for initiating deliberate manifestations within the physical dimension. This occurs when the observing mind remains clearly focused on intention, while the heart generates the emotional frequency that magnetizes that reality into physical experience. Coherent states also enhance manifestation speed and energetic alignment. Since emotional coherence brings potential realities to the surface, experiencing or embodying them becomes significantly easier before they solidify into physical form. If you desire to experiment with this approach, here's a straightforward method. Generate an authentic emotion of gratitude, allowing your heart to expand with appreciation for something already in your experience. Upon establishing this coherent state, maintain the feeling while simultaneously imagining your desired reality as if it were already manifest. Rather than merely visualizing it as a future possibility, experience it as a current reality, feeling the emotional resonance of having what you desire. Focus on the sensory details, what you see, hear, feel, taste, and smell in this new reality. Attempt to maintain this coherent state for at least 68 seconds, the minimum time required to begin shifting your energetic set point. This minor modification to your manifestation practice might unlock internal gateways you never imagined possible. Heart-brain coherence represents an ancient remembrance, a forgotten inheritance from when we understood that reality creation wasn't merely thinking, but becoming the energetic equivalent of what we wish to experience. Each day without your complete awareness, you encounter other streams of potential reality. Some of these potentials feel familiar, others remain entirely foreign. Yet every encounter carries intention and instruction. When discussing other reality streams, we're not exclusively referencing alternate universes in some distant dimension. You can connect with parallel versions of yourself, experience manifestations that perfectly align with your intentions, or encounter synchronicities that seem impossibly meaningful. Teachers and mentors who recognize the quantum nature of reality understand that what we call teaching is actually remembering, helping others reawaken to what they already know at the deepest level of consciousness. These connections can occur symbolically, encoded within dream imagery, or directly through flashes of insight, physical sensations, or even wordless knowing. It's typical to experience moments of profound understanding that seem to come from nowhere, detecting particular patterns repeating in your life, hearing inner guidance upon awakening, or carrying unexplainable certainty about your next steps. All these represent fragments of quantum consciousness bleeding through into your physical awareness. Every interaction with the quantum field provides opportunities to heal limitations, reclaim fragmented aspects of self, receive guidance, and accelerate your personal awakening. If you're finding this exploration of consciousness fascinating, take a moment right now to connect with this community. Hit the subscribe button and join us on this journey of quantum discovery. Share in the comments below one synchronicity or manifestation you've experienced that defies conventional explanation. Your story might be exactly what another viewer needs to validate their own experience of quantum reality. It's vital to understand that not every interaction with potential realities flows smoothly or comfortably. Some potentials may trigger unease, fear, or resistance. This doesn't automatically indicate something negative. Often, they simply reflect internal elements you need to integrate, heal, or understand. The optimal approach when handling quantum jumping involves maintaining elevated vibration before creating thoughts of love, appreciation, safety, and illumination. This aligns your consciousness to connect with realities compatible with your authentic purpose. Your consciousness never creates in isolation. It's perpetually connected, constantly expanding, always touching and being touched by the field of all possibilities. What's particularly fascinating about these quantum interactions is that they often serve as healing opportunities, not just for you, but for the collective consciousness you're connected to. Sometimes entire belief systems that have recently been challenged need assistance in reforming, and your consciousness can serve as a bridge or translator. Other times you might find yourself in manifestation circles where multiple consciousnesses work together to send coherent intention to specific outcomes or individuals on Earth. These collaborative creation missions happen more frequently than most people realize, and they represent one of the ways your consciousness contributes to the greater field while your body functions in physical reality. The quantum mystery schools understood this principle deeply. They taught that through coherent intention, advanced practitioners could participate in what they called the Great Work, a collective effort by awakened souls to maintain spiritual evolution on Earth. These councils of consciousness would gather in ethereal temples, invisible to physical eyes but as real as any earthly building. Here they would receive downloads perhaps to guide humanity through difficult transitions, to send healing energy to areas of conflict, or to plant seeds of innovation in the minds of inventors, artists, and leaders who could serve humanity's evolution. Evidence of these quantum missions appears throughout history. Many great discoveries, artistic masterpieces, and spiritual breakthroughs have been attributed to dreams or sudden insights. Tesla received complete visions of his inventions during meditative states. The structure of the DNA molecule came to James Watson in a dream of a spiral staircase. Mozart described how entire symphonies would arrive in his awareness fully formed. These weren't random neural firings. They were downloads from the quantum field during coherent states. What makes this even more profound is that you don't need to be a famous inventor or artist to participate in these missions. Every consciousness, regardless of its earthly status, can contribute to the collective healing and evolution of awareness. Your seemingly ordinary insights might actually be memories of extraordinary service work performed while your awareness expanded beyond physical limitation. That recurring dream of teaching others could be a reflection of actually guiding souls in the quantum realms. That vision of healing wounded aspects of consciousness might reflect your participation in sending energy to collective trauma. These experiences are far more literal than most people dare to believe. Among every mystery surrounding our quantum nature, Perhaps none captivates more than this entrance to parallel existences. Consider momentarily that somewhere beyond ordinary perception, alternate versions of yourself live different choices, alternative paths taken, different passions pursued, other journeys, other fates. Numerous testimonies of heightened awareness and quantum jumping describe alternate realities, worlds where other versions of you exist, remain active, confronting challenges that somehow mirror your present struggles. During profound coherent states, especially when your consciousness moves with greater liberty, you can access these parallel realities. You might encounter a version of yourself who made decisions you hesitated to make, who confronted fears that still limit your life, or even a version who pursued a completely different purpose. These meetings don't occur randomly. Through interacting consciously with these alternate aspects, you receive potent insights, intuitions emerging from nowhere, solutions to persistent problems, renewed courage to transform what previously seemed unchangeable. Frequently, these experiences arrive disguised, intense dreams feeling too real to be mere fantasy, or déjà vu sensations so powerful they nearly overwhelm you. These are indicators, signs that your consciousness contacted other timelines, other possibilities of existence. It's as though existence in its boundless mercy communicates. Look, you are more expansive than you realize. More pathways exist than you imagine. Greater strength resides within you than your fears dare acknowledge. The practice of opening yourself to these experiences starts with honoring intuitive flashes and spontaneous insights. Instead of rejecting them as imagination, question yourself. What is this insight attempting to reveal? What aspect of me is it uncovering? You are not a linear entity. You are an expansive consciousness extending into numerous experiences across multiple probability streams. During coherent states, when the veil between potentials grows thin, you can remember. You can contact other selves, other journeys, other versions of your infinite nature. Have you read about quantum field theory or the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics? The concept of parallel realities resembles that theoretical framework, but experienced through consciousness rather than mathematical models. The moment has arrived to declare openly what many already sense privately. Synchronicities aren't always mere coincidence. Not every manifestation represents innocent chance. Some synchronicities constitute coded documentation of quantum field interactions, meetings with parallel selves, visits to potential realities, invisible assignments your consciousness has agreed to fulfill. The distinction exists in the intensity and energy the synchronicity contains. Ordinary coincidences feel momentarily interesting, but carry little emotional charge. But authentic quantum synchronicities, experiences arising from conscious interactions with the field, leave lasting impressions. Acknowledging that reality transcends simple materialism means awakening within life's very mystery. It means stepping beyond automatic mode and beginning to live with purpose and perception open to the invisible. Don't minimize what your intuition attempts to communicate. These are messages, gateways, connections between realities. Every time you experience something that doesn't feel like typical coincidence, understand this. You contacted something genuine. You crossed over. You remembered. There exists an almost undetectable instant between intention and manifestation, a quantum moment when energetic possibilities crystallize. These possibilities aren't visible to physical sight. They are vibrational openings, energy fields connecting our dense world with more refined potential states. During coherent states, particularly in the deepest phases of meditation or moments of pure presence, our consciousness gains opportunities to select these invisible pathways. These moments are fragile. They require both emotional coherence and simultaneously mental clarity. Any doubt, anxiety, or excessive attachment to outcomes can immediately collapse these potentials. Have you ever experienced that peculiar sensation of knowing something before it happens? Feeling absolute certainty about a path forward despite having no logical evidence? You were positioned before a quantum decision point. During coherent states, our consciousness naturally seeks these possibilities. Recognizing quantum markers demands attention, sensations of profound alignment or resonance before making decisions, vibrational shifts, or humming sensations emerging during transition moments. Displacement feelings as though the entire world briefly shifts or you're being drawn toward a new timeline. These are valuable moments if you welcome them with courage and surrender. Your consciousness can select and access wisdom levels and experiences that transform not just your present moment but your complete existence. Learn to perceive the signs. Don't resist what appears unusual. Allow yourself to be traversed by quantum possibility. Trust your inner knowing. What's remarkable about these quantum gateways is that they're not random occurrences. They follow natural rhythms and cycles, often aligning with celestial patterns, seasonal changes, and even your personal energy cycles. Advanced practitioners learn to recognize when these windows are most likely to open and prepare accordingly. Some report that maintaining a consistent meditation practice significantly increases the likelihood of conscious quantum experiences. The cosmic connection is particularly significant. Ancient traditions observe that new moon phases create optimal conditions for setting intentions and beginning new reality creations, while the full moon amplifies manifestation abilities and interdimensional communication. During solar eclipses and equinoxes, the veil between potential and manifestation becomes so thin that even those who normally don't remember their quantum nature may find themselves with vivid experiences of parallel realities. Your personal biorhythms also play a crucial role. Just as your body follows circadian patterns, your consciousness follows what some traditions call manifestation rhythms, cycles that determine when your creative faculties are most active. Some people are natural midnight manifestors, finding their consciousness most powerful between 2 and 4 a.m. Others are dawn creators, experiencing their deepest quantum connections in the hours just before sunrise. Learning your own creation rhythm can dramatically enhance your ability to navigate these gateways consciously. There are also geographical factors that influence manifestation accessibility. Certain locations on Earth, often called vortexes or sacred sites, create natural amplification of these dimensional doorways. Creating near these locations, or even meditating on them before setting intentions, can enhance your interdimensional experiences. Ancient peoples understood this, which is why so many sacred temples and monuments were built on these energetic intersections. The preparation for conscious quantum creation involves more than just recognizing timing and location. Your emotional and mental state acts like a tuning fork, determining which dimensions you can access. Fear, anger, or desperation might pull you toward lower vibrational realities, where confusion and shadowy experiences dominate. Love, gratitude, and service-oriented intentions attract you to higher dimensional spaces where healing, learning, and soul evolution occur. Not every potential reality emerging from the quantum field is beneficial. Not every probability stream remains neutral. And not every energy circulating around us during creation proves supportive. Therefore, since ancient times, wisdom traditions have acknowledged the existence of protection practices, energetic boundaries that help us navigate quantum fields safely, and have also warned about unfavorable timelines attempting to manifest or drain our creative energy. These protection practices represent genuine consciousness technologies, possessing profound effectiveness. They operate silently, safeguarding your manifestations, maintaining your field's integrity, repelling probability streams that in denser dimensions could disrupt your spiritual awakening. You may have already sensed their importance. Moments where you intuitively knew to delay a decision, sudden clarity amid confusion, or simply awakening during midnight hours with an important message that protected you from a challenging timeline. Conversely, interference patterns also exist in the quantum field. They are discordant frequencies, fragmented energy signatures, trapped in dense probability streams. Some merely seek attention for sustenance. Others attempt generating fear, doubt, confusion. These energies tend to approach when we vibrate in low-frequency states: anger, pain, fear, profound sadness. During manifestation, these emotional states can weaken our natural protection, enabling unwanted probability streams to manifest. Here's the key insight. You control your vibrational frequency. According to natural laws of quantum fields, frequency attracts matching frequency. Maintaining connection to feelings of love, gratitude, courage, and truth before entering creative states resembles raising a light barrier around yourself. Prayer, meditation, sincere intentions to serve greater good. All these practices strengthen your energetic protection, attract beneficial timelines, and make any form of energetic intrusion more difficult. Reality creation then transforms from uncertain territory into accelerated growth territory. It's worth noting that some spiritual traditions teach specific protection visualizations for manifestation work. These might include imagining yourself surrounded by white or golden light, establishing clear energetic boundaries, or simply setting the intention that only loving, beneficial energies may approach you during your creative process. The key is finding a protection method that resonates with your personal beliefs and feels authentic to you. However, protection alone isn't sufficient. You must also cultivate discernment. Not every impulse claiming to be intuition actually serves your highest good. Some urgings in consciousness are genuine guidance, while others are simply conditioned fear posing as wisdom. True spiritual guidance never demands blind obedience, never asks you to abandon your discernment, and never creates dependency. It empowers you to find your own truth rather than insisting you follow external authority blindly. While most people believe manifestation simply means visualizing a desire, a deeper truth exists. One few dare remember. Your consciousness may be on assignment in this reality. Often, while your body navigates physical experience, your higher awareness serves something greater, something transcending ego needs, something responding to evolution's silent call. These assignments can manifest in various forms. Spiritual awakening missions assisting disoriented humans in finding their way back to conscious awareness. Healing actions transmitting balanced energy to people, places, or situations requiring alignment. Soul guidance serving as a way shower for consciousness in transition or learning. Instruction reception preparing your awareness for future challenges. Wisdom transmission that can only be understood outside conventional thinking. Many of these assignments occur without your rational mind's complete awareness because the soul, your authentic essence, doesn't require ego permission to serve what's greater. Have you ever awakened with a profound sense of purpose without apparent cause, as though you're participating in something significant, or experienced synchronistic meetings that changed the course of your life, or even dreamed of helping others awaken to their true nature? These are memory fragments seeping from the genuine mission your consciousness undertook in choosing this incarnation. Over time, with practices strengthening consciousness, such as regular meditation, profound gratitude, and clear intentions to serve light, you can begin remembering more of these assignments. The quantum field is both a mirror and a canvas. It reflects your current vibrational state while simultaneously offering infinite potential for new creation. What you observe in your external reality is always a reflection of your internal frequency, not as punishment or reward, but as a natural law of resonance. This understanding liberates you from victim consciousness and empowers you to take full responsibility for your creative capacity. If you wish to transform your external reality, you must first shift your internal frequency, not through force or manipulation, but through authentic resonance with what you wish to experience. The outer world has no choice but to reflect your dominant vibration. This is not mystical thinking, but the fundamental nature of quantum reality. I invite you to join our community of conscious creators as we explore these quantum principles together. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and share in the comments below one quantum principle you're actively applying in your life. How has becoming aware of your role as an observer and creator changed your experience? What realities are you consciously calling forth? Your insight might be exactly what another viewer needs to take their next step in conscious evolution. Throughout existence, we've been taught that reality was merely a given, a solid backdrop against which we live our separate lives. But now you understand each moment is a sacred creation, disguised as ordinary experience. You are not a physical body that occasionally has spiritual experiences. You are consciousness that creates, that crosses invisible thresholds, that meets parallel selves, confronts shadows, heals wounds, fulfills silent missions, and receives teachings transcending common logic. With each quantum decision, your soul reconnects to the vastness from which it originated. With each conscious creation, a new opportunity to bring fragments of that wisdom into the physical world. True awakening doesn't happen only when your eyes open to spiritual concepts. True awakening occurs when you understand who you truly are, both in the visible world and the invisible one. When you realize that your path doesn't begin and end in matter. When you recognize that your creative power is as infinite as your consciousness itself. The truth is, we are quantum beings having a human experience, not human beings occasionally having quantum experiences. Every moment we have the opportunity to return to our true nature as conscious creators, unbound by the limitations of physical form. We remember what we really are beneath all the conditioning and forgetting that comes with physical incarnation. The quantum secret ultimately is not merely an esoteric concept hidden in scientific equations. The quantum secret is you. You are the living embodiment containing all the creative power of the universe, all the secrets of consciousness, all the maps to other dimensions. You carry within your very being the knowledge of how to navigate between realities, how to remember your true nature, and to bring back the gifts of the quantum field into your earthly existence. Every day you have the opportunity to read from this quantum book of yourself, to remember who you really are, and to awaken not just from sleep, but from the deeper sleep of forgetfulness that keeps us believing we are merely physical beings in a purely material world. The journey to quantum consciousness doesn't require special tools or exotic practices. It simply requires you to remember what you already know, to trust what you already experience, and to honor the profound mystery of consciousness that you embody every moment of every day. Now that you understand the quantum nature of reality, discover how to apply these principles in practical ways in my video, The Observer Effect, How Your Awareness Creates Your Reality, where you'll learn the complete framework for conscious manifestation and understand the continuation of your eternal creative journey.